The views and opinions expressed on this podcast show are solely those of Everything EHC's guests and hosts. These views and opinions do not necessarily represent those of the San Francisco Lighthouse for the Blind, Enchanted Hills Camp, or Masceo.net. Thank you for listening, and please enjoy the show.
I want to have the best summer and as imaginable and live life to the fullest and have a bunch of fun. Here goes. Da, 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 da. Everything EHC, 'cause EHC is the place to be. Right. Lots of fun for me and you. So much fun you'll never be blue. We're as happy as can be. It's Everything EHC. Yeah!
All right. Yeah.
Hello, EHC, and welcome to a special edition of Everything EHC Summer Fun Podcast. My name is Masceo, and I am your host. Very excited to bring you so much fun information about Enchanted Hills Camp. And a quick shout out to Natalie, our camper, who has been a part of Enchanted Hills Camp since 1974. A lot of history at Enchanted Hills Camp. She did our intro for us. You might remember that little gem from one of our episodes back in 2017. Right? So let's just get right to it. I have shout outs. We got some cool interviews. We'll be talking a lot about milestones at Enchanted Hills Camp. Why? Because it's the 70th anniversary of Enchanted Hills Camp. Yes. So exciting to think that there is so much history at EHC dating back to 1950. Think about that. So many milestones. This year was certainly a milestone. Not only was it the 70th year, but it was also the first year that we did not have a physical camp. Yes, with all the strange things going on out there, we decided to stay in there. Make it safe for our campers, for our team members. But we prevailed. We're going to talk about what happened this summer as part of our past, present, and future discussion of Enchanted Hills Camp on part 1 of the 70th anniversary of Enchanted Hills Camp. Check this out.
My name is Adam. I'm calling in from Sunnyvale, California. I was one of the CATs this year, and my favorite activity is archery. My favorite place at EHC is the pool. My favorite EHC meal is the spaghetti and meatballs. Happy 70th anniversary to EHC.
Thank you so much, Adam, for your comments. Yes, the Counselor in Training program. So awesome to have these youngsters who were campers now moving into the team mindset. They usually get to do it at camp. This year they did not, so we were able to provide them with many virtual activities and things to do to keep themselves busy and still be part of the CIT program. You will definitely be hearing from lots more of the CITs. Hey, you know, I've been involved with Enchanted Hills Camp since 2014. I've had the privilege of being the nature area leader and taking hikes and fishing and, man, solar cooking, so many wonderful nature activities. I was able to run some recreation programs, outside bowling, archery, beep ball, basketball, so many awesome rec activities. And then I moved on to the enrichment area leader. That is just such a wonderful program. All summer long we get to do improv. We run OJ Radio, camp's own radio station. We do the talent shows. It's just so awesome. I love it. And now I got the privilege of doing the music camp, co-directing that with Lawrence Brown III. This year we were going to have Christina Jones. It just didn't happen, obviously, but we were still able to do a music program. We're going to talk about that. I just wanted to give you a little rundown for our new listeners or people who are unfamiliar. You know, what am I doing at EHC? Well, I'm visually impaired and it changed my life, and I started a podcast, and we're celebrating Enchanted Hills Camp at the end of the summer. That's what we're doing here. So thanks for listening. Here's another CIT.
Hi, I'm Ellie. I live in Oakley, California, and I was a CIT this year. I have been with Enchanted Hills Camp for 6 years now, started in 2015. My favorite meal at Enchanted Hills has to be actually a breakfast meal. We have, it's like a breakfast nacho with like chorizo and it's eggs. It's really good. And of course, Linda Fonseca's double chocolate chip cookies, best. My favorite place at camp is actually, it's a little secret spot, quote unquote. It's up by the art barn. You take the service road up there past all the olive trees, and there's this bench with, it's actually quite a couple of benches where it overlooks the Lake Lacoya, and you can see down to the dining hall. And Ben took us up there one morning to watch the sunrise during the Sensing the Seasons program, and it was so beautiful. We could hear the turkeys and other wildlife, and it was just so amazing just being in that area. My all-time favorite camp activity has to be either the Man Jam or the talent show. I like performing. And I wish Enchanted Hills a happy 70th anniversary!
Thank you so much, Ellie, for joining us here at Everything EHC. You did a great job as a CIT as well as performing at the talent show. And then again for our music camp. Definitely a big part of Enchanted Hills Camp, Ellie is. It's a blessing to have all of these wonderful characters and people, personalities, to be able to interact with at Enchanted Hills Camp. And think how much interaction has gone on at Enchanted Hills Camp in 70 years. It's a little bit mind-bending for me, just having been there for 7 years myself, thinking about how much history there is and how much fun has been had over the summers. We're going to talk more about the rich history of Enchanted Hills Camp later. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the present and what happened this year. As we know, things got put on hold pretty quickly, and the Lighthouse for the Blind of San Francisco had to make some pretty quick decisions and decided to close camp just for everybody's safety, but definitely got right on the ball and started providing many wonderful virtual activities that happened over the summer that I got to be a part of. And it was just super awesome to be able to reconnect with folks from camp, from all the different sessions, you know, the adults, family campers, youth, teens, just everybody having a great time and reconnecting virtually. So shout out to the Lighthouse for the Blind for putting that together, and I was very lucky to be a part of that. We're going to talk with someone here. Hang on, let's see what I got right going here. All right, everybody, we are here with a guest interview here at Everything EHC talking about milestones. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, everybody. I'm Annalisa. I am calling from Hollister, California. I've been associated with EHC for 10 years.
10-year milestone. Nice, Annalisa. We've been talking about the past and the present and the future of EHC in this podcast with all these milestones happening. Congratulations on 10 years. Why don't you give us a little rundown of your history at Enchanted Hills Camp?
Sure. So my history, I first started off as a camper in teen session when I was 16. I was a camper for a few years, as well as a counselor in training for 2 summers. Then I became a counselor for 2 years, and then I was the horse area leader for 2 years. Then I was head female counselor, and then I've been the assistant director for the female side for the past 3 summers.
Excellent, excellent. Working your way up through the ranks at Enchanted Hills Camp. What was going on in 2014 when I joined up with Enchanted Hills Camp? What were you doing then? You remember?
2014, I believe. Was that my first summer as horse area leader, maybe? Or my last summer as counselor?
I think it was counselor.
Yeah, 2014, I think my first summer is. It's hard, they all blend together.
Yeah, it goes together. I totally know what you mean. Especially when you start getting into that 10-year mark. You're seeing young kids becoming old kids and old kids becoming adults, right?
Some of the kids who were my campers have worked with me on staff.
Right. And I'm actually getting into that kind of thing going on now, obviously seeing these young kids being CITs now, and some of these kids that I was counseling back in 2014 are now on staff. It's really cool to see the cycle of youth to young adults to teens, especially when they work their way up through the ranks like you have, Annalisa. Congratulations on making 10 years. We know this was a challenging year. We're going to talk about the present for a minute. Tell me a little bit about your experience with the virtual camp this year. You were hired to take care of a lot of different things. Tell us about your experience a little bit.
Yeah, so this summer I was brought on as assistant director to do some of the same roles that I do when I'm at camp. So some of my roles this summer included outreach to some of our adult campers, as well as assisting with the camp activities that we offer through Zoom. I really enjoyed all the different aspects that we offered this summer, but some of my favorites were the outreach that I got to do by phone call to our adult campers as well as our youth, because I felt like I got to have that one-on-one connection like we get at camp through that phone call, and it was just really awesome to, catch up with them to see how their year's been, and, just talk with them and give them some encouragement, because we're all dealing with COVID and some other things might be going on in our life, and just to try and give them some positivity and encouragement to keep going. And I enjoyed, running bingo for our campers and just having a fun time on Zoom with everybody. It's not the same as being in person, but it's great to just have our EHC family together in whatever way we can.
That's exactly right, Annalisa. Enchanted Hills Camp provides so much comfort, not only emotionally, but physically, spiritually, for so many people when they come up there. It is, for some of them, the only time that they get away from their house or their living situation. It is their vacation. So for you to touch base with them and at least bring a little bit of camp to everybody, I'm sure was uplifting, as well as doing the events. I know you helped me out with my events this summer, We did some music camp stuff, and we did some stuff for the teens and some trivia. Always super helpful and nice to have you as a team member. I've been working with you since 2014. You know, every summer we've been together, even through this silly summer of virtual stuff. So it's a privilege and an honor to work with you, Annalisa. You're a great spirit to have at Enchanted Hills Camp. And again, congratulations on your 10-year. Are you going to go 11? Are you going to be with us next summer?
Yes,
And the summer after?
I plan to, if everything works out, I plan to be at EHC for a few more years, you know. I'm still in school, so...
What you going to school for? Tell folks what you're going to school for.
I'm currently a graduate student at San Jose State University, pursuing my master's degree in special education, as well as a teaching credential in early childhood special ed.
Excellent, excellent, Annalisa. Keep up the awesome work. Your past, present, and future comments are just outstanding. We love having you on Everything EHC. Hey, I've been asking everybody a couple of fun questions here before we go. Thanks for being part of the show. As I said, it's nice having you here. It's fun to do a couple interviews. We got a couple more milestones here coming up here in the show, so stick around. But before you go, Annalisa, what is your favorite activity as a camper at camp?
Probably one of my most favorite activities as a camper I would look forward to would be horseback riding, of course, and solar cooking.
Nice. Two good choices. Little Masceo EHC fact. I have never been on a horse at EHC.
I might have to change that, Masceo.
Never. I've never gotten on a horse at EHC.
Well, I might just have to change that.
I've stepped in a lot of horse stuff and seen them around a bunch, but I've never been on one. Okay, so here's one. What's your favorite activity as an administrator? Like putting on the activities?
That's so hard. You know, all the activities are great. I mean, I could pick one for every session. You know, I love every session. But if I have to pick just one, it would probably be the scavenger hunt for youth session.
Nice. That's a good one. Scavenger hunt is on the board. Always fun running around with a bunch of youths trying to find some crazy stuff.
And I love what they bring.
Yeah, I do too. So then finally, where is your favorite place to be at camp, on site? Where do you like to go? Where's your favorite spot?
Again, it's hard because there's just so many great places on camp. But I found that, you know, one of my favorite places is cabin time with my campers, you know, getting to talk about and debrief about the day, and just getting the chance to connect with those as a staff with who is legally blind. I get to be in that mentor role for the campers and just really share my own experience and be there for my campers on that level.
So you like the dining hall?
That too.
Yeah, the dining hall. I was going to say the coffee pots.
You know, just anywhere I get to just sit and have that one-on-one time and just talk, you know, because
nice.
I mean, I love the activities. I love everything about camp, but you know, for me, before I went to camp, I didn't know anybody but one person who was low vision. I'm the only one in my family. I have two siblings, but they're both sighted. And going to camp, it was an amazing experience to find other people like me. I'm speechless, you know, it's just an amazing place to find people like me and to just find like, oh, I can go to college when I was 16, you know, I can achieve my dreams, you know. I always hoped I could, but as a visually impaired person, I didn't know if I could, you know. And now I'd like to bring those memories and dreams alive for others and just talk with them, share tips and tricks, and just be there for campers.
Excellent words and comments, Annalisa. I feel the same way. I know Tony and Ben and Jamie have been at an empty camp all summer long, and they say it a million times. It's great at being at camp, but it is not the same without having the people there. Because Enchanted Hills Camp is about the people. It's about the people working together like you and me. And the team that comes together, as well as all of our campers. So excellent words. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for being a bright, shining light at Enchanted Hills Camp. Here's to many more years, Annalisa. Cheers! EHC's the place to be! Thanks again, Annalisa, for your time. You guys have been listening to Everything EHC. We're going to move on to something else now. Thank you, Annalisa.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks again to Annalisa for taking time out of her day to join us on Everything EHC. You know, milestones, history, past, present, future. Enchanted Hills Camp is wrapped up into all of these things together. I can only imagine how many people have come together through just as employees, as team members each summer, or the campers who have come year after year. There's just such a melting pot of people from all over the world and different places. You know, we've been hearing from our CITs. Speaking of which...
Hi, my name's Evan. I'm from Fresno. I was a 2020 CIT. My favorite activity is archery. My favorite meal is also the EHC cookies, homemade cookies. My favorite place on camp is the campfire circle. Happy anniversary, EHC.
Thank you, Heaven, for those comments. Congratulations on being a CIT this year. Heaven was also part of our music camp that happened virtually this year. We're going to be talking about that in part 2, so stay tuned for that. Stories. So many stories. In 2017, we had this, well, the best staff that I ever worked with, essentially. And we were doing some recognition to one of the young ladies who worked with us all summer long. And she was leaving early. There's this time of summer where it just kind of abruptly ends and people start departing. Oh, I'm leaving tomorrow. Oh, really? And we just, spent many weeks together, and all of a sudden it's all over. And it's late at night, and she's getting ready to leave early in the morning, I guess, and we're all, speech, and she says, well, I'm probably never going to see any of you ever again. That's how she started it. And there was some giggles. Maybe it was a little uncomfortable for some people, but after she spoke and said some nice things after that, there was some deep, honest truth to that. So many people come through Enchanted Hills Camp based on people they know, an experience that they have had. Some people have just Googled it. It's amazing how people find Enchanted Hills Camp. But anyway, that's one of my stories. It sticks with me because I've met so many people in just a small amount of time over a summer, some just for a few hours or a few days, and they have such a monumental impact on your life, the way you think, how you feel. It's incredible. Congratulations again to Enchanted Hills Camp. And a little shout out to our friend Haley Diaz for doing one summer with us, giving us a good story. We hope you're okay out there, Haley. She wore the same outfit. Well, we wore the same outfit early on in the summer. Same khaki shorts, same aqua-colored t-shirt. It was kind of funny. And yet another story. One of my roommates in 2018 during teen camp, I was doing podcasts, staying in upper camp, and I was told I was going to be staying with a gentleman. This is all the way from Scotland.
Hello EHC. Happy 70th birthday to you from AJAS Councillor in 1986, 1990, 1991, 2000 and 2018. Whoa, 70 years of being the place for love, fun and happiness. Here's to many more years of being the place to be.
Thank you to my friend Ajaz for giving us the nice message. We wish him well. This is bringing us to the end of part 1. Everything EHC 70th Anniversary Summer Fun Podcast Special Edition. That is a mouthful, but I got it out. So here's the deal. I wanted to ask so many people to give a shout out to Enchanted Hills Camp. If you're listening to this and would like to be a part of Everything EHC Summer Fun Podcast, let's do a part 4. Take 1 minute, the 1 minute you're allowed on your voice recorder on your phone. Let's hear your name, where you're from, how long you've been associated with camp or how you're associated with camp. It could be a family member, anybody who knows about Enchanted Hills Camp. Maybe your favorite activity. And then you can wish Enchanted Hills Camp a happy 70th anniversary in your own words. I need 10 to make a 4th episode. I need 10. How can you get a hold of me? You can email me at the contact page right here at masceo.net. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. MASCEO. So anyway, if you're interested in that, pass it around, tell your friends, let people know. Let's do a big ol' episode of wishing Enchanted Hills Camp a happy 70th anniversary. So stay tuned for part 2. We're going to be talking with some folks, hearing from some more CITs, some more shout-outs. I got a special audio clip at the end of part 2 that you're definitely going to want to tune in for, and another interview with a milestone EHC team member. Really stoked for you to hear this one. Thanks for listening to Everything EHC 70th Anniversary. My name is Masceo. This is part 1 of 3. Thanks for joining us. Hello, EHC. EHC is the place to be.